here's another question for you. Is it, do you prefer like either watching or competing in tournaments? Do you prefer sub only or points?
I don't care, man. I'll compete in anything, any rules. I don't care. Like, and that's the way I've always been, even before jiu-jitsu. But like, I just like to fight and compete. I love competing. Like, it's really hard for me to be old and hurt. You know, like I'm one of those guys that don't age well. You know, I see. As a matter of fact, I prefer that there doesn't become a standardized rule set. Like I prefer that, like it's points, it's no points, it's these rules, it's that rules, everything changes all the time, because that keeps evolution flowing and that keeps people well-rounded. I think as soon as you standardize something, you immediately lose the effectiveness of it, because everything that doesn't help you achieve your goal in that rule set gets thrown to the wayside, even if it's important for something else, you know. And that's really like what I was trying to say before with the other martial arts. As soon as something becomes standardized, it just goes out the window. So lack of standard, I'm avidly against standardization in jiu-jitsu. I'm hugely opposing to like jiu-jitsu ever being in the Olympics or anything like that. I'm like avidly anti jiu-jitsu in the Olympics. That would be the worst thing that could ever happen. Yeah, you know, because like, and this is another pet peeve. People that complain about rules at a tournament in the rules meeting. You can't do a knee bar, you can't do this, you can't do that. It's like,
I thought this was a jiu-jitsu tournament.
It's like, man, because again, it's a generational thing. Like I came up where like you rolled into a place, we're not even sure if they're having a tournament for grapplers, and then you roll in. There's like sometimes you just have to throw it together right there, and then it's like, okay, these are the rules. You can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. This is allowed, don't do this. And you're like, okay, I'm good, let's go. You know, and you just got to wing it like that. And you just got to be able to, like, you got to have a full game, and you got to have the self-control enough to be able to say, okay, I can't grab a guy's knee, so I'm just not going to do it. And like, you mean to tell me that like the guy arguing about the knee bar in the clip is like his whole chance of winning, like his whole purpose for being there revolves around that one move. Like it's make or break. Like, man, the guy shouldn't be competing at all then, if like that's the only thing, if that's going to make or break him winning this fucking thing, you know. And like I like the skill. I like the ability for someone to be able to, I think a cool tournament format would be roll the dice for your rules on the spot. You know, like here's the rules for this round. Next round, who knows what you're going to get. You got to be able to play it, man. You got to go. It's all leg locks, nothing else. You know, it's all of the body, gi, no gi. You got to be able to go at a moment's notice at any time with anything. I mean, like you should be able to do that. Anybody who's competent should be able to do that at any time. You know, so yeah. So like, I'm not a big fan of like any rules. I don't care.
Okay.
You know, it doesn't matter. It's not going to affect me.
All right. So takedown